Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in.
So today we're talking Love Americans. Well, I know y'all here. Anything I say is alleged in my very, very personal opinion. It's for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box, and a couple of housekeeping meat and potato items. It is free to follow me. It is free to subscribe to this channel. It is free to subscribe to Anonymous Tea Podcast. It is free to follow me on TikTok, Anonymous Tea Podcast, for as long as it's available in the US, y'all. It is free to follow me on the Instagram at AnonymousRealityTVBlogger, you guys. It is also free to like, you guys. It is free, you guys, to comment. You do not get charged to like a video or comment or repost a video or share it somewhere or copy and paste the link. It is all free. So with that being said, y'all, I just have to say this. I really have to say this because the choo-choo train is back. I still feel like it's a distraction, but I'm just kind of going back and forth on what actually the distraction is. My bigger question is, what are we getting of all of this? What is the objective at this point? Like, we're basically hearing somebody who is getting everything secondhand to them from Martell. And this isn't their first time being recorded. We've seen this before with original Straight No Chaser, where she just talks and talks and talks for hours on end. Girl, you are not in any relationship with Martell, because I don't understand how you have all this time, all these hours in a day to just be talking to bloggers like this. Can somebody make it make sense? No friends, no family, no village, no help, no support, y'all. And I guess the biggest thing that's got people in a tizzy or whatever is this alleged revelation about Kimmy saying she'd film with the choo-choo train. And my thing is, why are you shocked? What is there to be shocked about anymore? Because wasn't it Bondi Blue who said it on one of her reviews for Love Americans? She had alleged, I don't know if this was previously or in the past, that Kimmy knew this concubine, that she knew the side chick, she knew the choo-choo train, they allegedly worked together. I don't know if she was her nursing assistant, if she was Kimmy's nursing assistant, or how all that worked. If they were at a hospital, if they were at a rehab care facility or a doctor's office. Not sure what the circumstances were. Allegedly, right? But why is anybody surprised if Kimmy would be willing to film with the side chick, with the concubine? And it has nothing to do with Mel. That's the whole thing. Y'all want to make this about Mel so bad. Kimmy never liked Mel. That's the piece that y'all always like to leave out. Kimmy never liked Mel. She never saw it for Mel. She was throwing all types of shade at Mel since episode 1, calling her the pose queen. Felt she was bougie. Felt that she didn't deserve to give anybody any type of advice on anything. And all these things. She never liked the girl. So why are y'all so shocked? Is what I want to know. Of course. Even now, she doesn't like Destiny, has no problem filming scenes with Sonny. Destiny's throwing a conniption about who should and shouldn't have been at the mimosas with Mel, but you sure didn't have nothing to say about Kimmy being there filming with her and all the other people there filming with Sonny. That seemed to just leave your brain, apparently, you know? But you had the audacity to get mad at Kimmy for going on that double date with Sonny and Moses. Kimmy is loyal to nobody. She doesn't care. Heck, if she could drop Tisha, she would. She even said on that reunion, had there not been married, if they're both of them weren't married to brothers and have to see each other all the time, she said she would not be dealing with this person in real life. It's just wild. And then it's funny too, because it's like, now all of a sudden, allegedly, Martell is telling the choo-choo train that nobody talks to each other outside of filming. So my question is, y'all condemn Mel, right, for calling these people coworkers. Y'all came after Mel saying she never has friends, she loses friends every season, da-da-da-da-da. But Martell that y'all hold in such high regard, Martell that y'all hold in such a high standard as long as he's not going in on the Scots. Martell tells the concubine, allegedly none of them are friends. They don't talk outside of filming because they have to keep the authenticity of the show. Stop it. But Mel told y'all none of these people were friends. That's what's so funny. Mel told y'all none of these people were real friends. And y'all thought that she was just saying that just because she's not cool with anybody. No! They never were cool like that. These were friends. These were Martell's friends. And that was the extent of it. But because they were all married at the time, of course they're going to see each other and interact. And they thought, Mel thought they could all be cool, but obviously she realized these people are just not who they say they are. They're not their authentic selves. So Mel stopped playing along and trying to do all these things to make it work and try to make these friendships happen, and Mel decided to choose herself. And Mel decided, enough is enough. I'm gonna do me. And I'm going to give y'all back the same energy all these years y'all gave to me. Y'all knew all this stuff. Y'all knew my ex-husband was cheating, didn't say anything. Y'all knew about the revenge Pete for multiple years, didn't say anything. Even during the divorce, y'all chose Martell's side, and y'all continued to believe the lies that he was spewing about me. And since y'all didn't like me anyway, since y'all weren't feeling me anyway, this guy was too bougie, I was the post queen, and now y'all have turned into the post queen. Now, all of a sudden, like the jokes write themselves at this point, y'all. The jokes write themselves. I just don't understand the obsession with a show that is on its way out the door. Why anybody is still trying to get put on at this point, or why anybody thinks that certain people have the connections to put somebody on at this point. Like, what are you even saying right now? Do you hear yourself? You hate Mel so bad, you want to be on the show that her and Martell pitched to Carlos King. Y'all said the show was fake, the show wasn't this, the show wasn't that, but y'all want to be on the show for what exactly? Why doesn't the choo-choo train realize Martell is just telling her what she wants to hear? Just to pacify her, just so that she never puts him on child support and all this and that. And I guess there was an incident, they got into it because he was mad at her because he is, not buying the cow since he's getting the milk for free. So apparently there was a day that she did not come over to cook and or bring dinner or whatever the situation was for Martell and the 4 kids he has with Mel, and she made up some lie that she had something to do with her daughter. Y'all, come on now. I told y'all she didn't like them kids. She don't like them kids. Because here's the thing. She thought that she could, all of her lies, all of her drama, all this and that it was going to impress somebody, that somebody was going to be fooled by her delusions. And those kids see right through her. Their kids are always going to view her as the person who ruined their mommy and daddy's time of being together. So they're never going to look at her in this high regard. And they probably feel a way about Martell too, because how dare you force this woman upon us? You think it's hurting Mel, it's hurting your children. Your children don't want to be a part of the foolishness. That's the part these people don't realize, right? But I've seen it happen too many times when the parents try to use the kids as pawns, when there's one just egregiously horrible parent that thinks keeping things tied up in the courts is going to work in his favor, so he can either avoid child support or try to get full custody, or just try to keep things in the courts so it can just keep stalling, keep delaying the inevitable. It ends up backfiring on that particular parent, and it gets to a point where the kids are like, listen, I just don't even want to see the parent anymore. Forget that we have the scheduled holiday. Forget that we have this scheduled weekend. I just don't even want to go. They don't have to come and pick me up anymore. That's where it's going to come to, where these kids are going to want nothing to do with Martell. But nonetheless, it's the audacity for a side chick who is doing all of the things that Martell has no incentive to make a commitment out of her, that she's even upset at this point about anything. Like, you're 12 years in, you have plenty of examples where Martell does not give a crap about you, where Martell does not have any respect for you, and only wants to give you a little nudge here and there when he thinks that he is sticking it to somebody, when he thinks he is getting back at somebody, when he thinks he's going to get a rise out of somebody. After that, he puts you back into the shelter. He puts you back behind the doors. Not to be seen, not to be heard of. But it's never enough for you. You do not get it. And this thing where you keep talking about if X, Y, and Z doesn't happen, you're going to leave. Where? To Martell's house? Like, I can't. To Martell's rental home that he's squatting at for the month? Like, just stop the nonsense. If you were going to go somewhere, you would have. And the determination to have his baby as if that was going to mean something is a bigger joke in itself. Because it's just a reminder of how angry and miserable you are. That is what the kids are seeing. The kids are going to reflect you. The kids are going to mimic you. And what those kids are mimicking is a dysfunctional household. Whether it is you and Martell going back and forth and your obsession with MEL, or you going back and forth because you have nobody else to talk to as to why you are choosing to allow yourself to continue this dumb predicament for year 12. But, I mean, it's like at this point, you know, I feel like there's really nothing new to gain out of this. Like, I know, I guess also on the call, apparently, allegedly, they were talking about, you know, the Scotts, and Marceau's doing a 180, allegedly now saying that she'd be good for the show. The only reason Marceau was saying that foolishness, because probably at the time, this was probably before him and Martell had the latest fallout. So probably at the time when the Scotts were advocating for her to be on the show, it was probably when they thought she could get on the show to basically go after Mel. So if that is true from the Scotts, it just proves once again that they do not care, and they never did care about Mel. And that's all that was. And they tolerated Martell as long as he didn't tell their secrets. Unfortunately, Mel and Tell, you know, the 10 couples that they vetted, unfortunately, y'all, I think we lost out on some good couples. I truly do. And we'll never know, you know, how those other couples would have fared on this show with that type of an opportunity, because when you have people who are so desperate to become famous and desperate to be on TV, they will say and do anything, including sabotaging their own family to prevent their own family from being on the show because of their desperation. But I mean, at this point, like I said, what is the end game other than this is a distraction? A lot of these things we probably figured, even though Carlos King told that lie that everybody in the Core 6 has to be in agreement on who does and doesn't come on the show, except for that's a lie when you ambushed Mel and Mama Van with the brother, who is still heartbroken to this day. Like, I just want people to just keep the lies straight for once. That's all I ask. And this is just right in line with Aikisha and So Gucci and what they were talking about with Carlos King. How Carlos King lied to them as well. Like, I just don't get it. I just don't understand it, you know? I don't. But what is the end game? Hasn't it been said multiple times at this point that this concubine, this side chick, this choo-choo train is never going to be on the show? So why is it still being entertained? Just like y'all kept entertaining the Scots getting a spinoff. Do you know how many rumors y'all have said about this show that have never come to fruition? And then when it still doesn't come to fruition, then y'all try to do a 180 and be like, oh yeah, I said that all along. No, you didn't. You said quite the opposite. You were pushing hardcore that a spinoff was practically in the works and in pre-production and all of these things. And it is nowhere to be found, you guys. Nowhere. The only one that's getting spinoffs is not the cart. Carlos. I was gonna say something else. I had to clean that up. I mean, but at this point, you guys, what are we doing? It's just giving the show is at the end. They don't want a show about Black excellence. They don't care about Black excellence. They want you to see unfinished projects so that you look like somebody who cannot get things accomplished. They want to show cheating scandals to show that none of these marriages are perfect. They want to show any type of side chick in any capacity, whether it was 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years ago. If you are a side chick, come on down. You're the next contestant on Love and Marriage Hunchville, because that's what's going on. But you shouldn't be shocked at this point. You shouldn't be mad at this point. If what the choo-choo train is even saying is even true. But nonetheless, I'm going to need time frames of when all of this was said, because it's a complete 180, like I said, of what she's alleging on the Scots compared to what Marcel just said a few days ago. And this is what I mean, Carlos King. Like where is the leadership? Where is the HR of it all? Where is the crisis management of it all? Where is the PR team? Where are the people to come in and shut it down and to shut all this stuff up? That if it's not about the show, if it's not about X, Y, and Z, why is all this other foolishness being entertained? But because you have let the prisoners run the asylum, this is where we are. This is exactly where we are, where people can just say anything. We're back in the fake news era officially when, 45 and 47 get back into the office. So, nonetheless, you have an environment, you have a culture where people are going to spread anything willy-nilly, and there's going to be some of you who are going to eat it up and believe it. And then others have to waste time telling you, no, this isn't true, or that if it is true, why is X, Y, and Z lying about this? Nobody looks good in this situation, because it either just shows that these people are just continuing to lie just to lie, or people are a lot more delusional than I thought and just easily believing lies so bad. But nonetheless, this entire cast has showed their behind, has showed who they were on several occasions. I can't even talk anymore because this cast, I can't. They've showed so many times that they're not about that life. And that as long as they can get a check off of this show, they don't care what the truth is. The truth is not in them, which is why they keep saying they're actors. That is their way of justifying their terrible behavior. That, hey, I was just acting. I was just pretending here. No, that's really you. You're not being fed a script. That's truly who you are and what your feelings are. You're just trying to redirect from the backlash of it all. And you're not ready for prime time. I'm going to keep saying it until you're blue in the face, because your attempts at trying to replicate the blueprint is falling flat. But all this tells me, again, is everyone is obsessed with Mel when it is all said and done. And what are y'all going to do if she's not really on the show anymore? And what are y'all really going to do when this show finally gets canceled for good. Because y'all are already scrambling. Y'all are already all turning on each other, and y'all can't even turn on each other, right? Because you're still trying to give each other some grace. You're still trying to give each other some leeway and some dumb excuses as to why you don't want to stand on business. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. So, there's that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.